This is question 1 for, or the first page of the performance review. Your performance review, or your performance file will be Friday, April 21st. First thing it says is the soup can is 4 inches tall and the diameter of the base is 1.5 inches. What is the volume? So the first thing I do is I have to find the formula for the volume. Soup can is a cylinder, so I use the volume of the cylinder formula, and that is pi r squared times h. So the volume is equal to pi. Now the radius is half of the diameter, so because this is the diameter, the radius is equal to 0.75 inches. So take 0.75 and square it, and then multiply it by the height. And so when I do that, depending on which calculator you have, you can give it to me in terms of pi or round to the nearest hundredth. So I have pi times 0.75 squared times 4. And your answer should be 7.07. Or in terms of pi, it's equal to 9 pi over 4, and that's inches cubed. The next thing it says is if you eat 2/3 of a can, what is the volume of the amount of soup left in the can? So I ate 2/3 of it, so what is left is 1/3 of the can is equal to 1/3 of the can. So I've already figured out the volume of the can, and so what is left is just 7.07 inches cubed divided by 3. And so I take this and I divide it by 3. And your answer could be either 3 pi over 4 or rounded to the nearest hundredth, 3.56 inches cubed. And because it's what's left, I've already eaten 2/3, so I take 1 minus 2/3 is 1/3. And then it says use the diagram below of the cone inside a cylinder to answer the following questions. The first question is, what is the volume of the cylinder? So again, I use pi r squared times h. And if the diameter is 8.2, my radius is equal to 4.1 inches squared. So I have pi times 4.1 squared times the height, which is 15.8. So I have pi times 4.1 squared times 15.8, and my answer will be 834.4 inches cubed. Now it says what's the volume of the cone that's inside? So the volume of the cone, if I'm looking at my formula sheet, is pi r squared h divided by 3. And so I know what pi r squared h is. It's 834.4. And I take that and I divide it by 3. And so my answer is 278.13 inches cubed. Then it says what is the volume of the inside of the cone, inside the cylinder, but outside the cone. So basically it's everything that's not the cone. So I have my original volume of my cylinder, and I subtract the volume of the cone, and I am left with 834.4 minus 278.13, and my answer here is 556.27 inches cubed. Number 3 on this first page is an ice cream cone is comprised of a hemisphere, so half of a sphere. So basically the volume of a sphere is equal to 4 pi r cubed divided by 3, and I take half of that, so I multiply it by 2. And a cone, and the volume of a cone is equal to pi r squared h divided by 3. So I plug in. First thing I see, again, I have diameter, so the radius is 3. So volume of a sphere is equal to 4 pi, and that's 3 cubed divided by 3, but then I have to take half of it. And the volume of a cone is pi 3 squared times the height, which is 13, divided by 3. So I'm going to find each of those, and then divide by 3 times 2. I'm going to find the answer to each of those and then add them together. So then I have pi times 3 times 3 times 13 divided by 3, 39 pi, and I add those two together, and 18 pi plus 39 pi is going to equal 57 pi. So the total ice cream cone is 57 pi, and that will be centimeters cubed.